The bodega was built in 1838, long time ago, and it remains more or less the same. The first thing that comes to your attention is the floor. We don't need to use sand, albero, because the purpose of the albero is to water and obtain the humidity, best weather condition for the biological aging that I explain later. In our case, because we have water underneath and our characteristics of personality is the salty, we prefer to get the humidity from the sea. All the air that enters into the bodega comes from the sea, with the exception of the east wind that everybody in Jerez is very afraid of because it's a very dry and hot. In our case, comes from the salty, where the salt is made. The river is the Rio Guadalete, which means the forgotten river. Okay. And that is because there was a very important war with the Arabs and the Spanish that were living here, and in that we lost it, and this is when the Arab arrived in Spain from that river and up, and stayed here 800 years. Not 800 years in whole Spain, 800 years in Andalusia, but they arrived almost in France, and they made beautiful things. If you've been in Sevilla, Granada, and thanks to them, that were very good in many things, they discovered the alcohol from the wine. So it is wonderful that from the alcohol we can make the fortification of our wine. So they were very good in architecture, agriculture, and everything. Also, in Granada and this area, it was very good to have the three cultures. It was the Christian, the Jews, and more that lived together very well. This is what we call cathedral style, and that is for the moment that were built, that was the best control for the heat, because the heat when it comes goes up, and opening the windows it goes out and comes the fresh air from the Atlantic. And also we have to think that when 1838 there was no electricity, so it was the best way to get the light inside, having the windows up and getting the light inside.